What's going on, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out a band called Dominant Chain, and the name of the song is The Moment. They have a new EP coming out September 3rd, and I've never actually listened to this band before, so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what they're all about and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's give it a listen. Rangers, go. Interesting. Not bad. Like there's some elements that I really, really enjoyed about this song. I mean, the keyboard was tight. Like I loved all of the keyboard melodies and all of that, the keyboard solo and all that stuff. I really dug that big time. In the beginning when the keyboard kind of starts up and you have like the guitar kind of accompanying it and little flourishes on the keyboard that kind of lead up into the like the vocal sections and stuff. That was super tight. That whole little musical intro, and there's several sections of just kind of musical stuff happening, and I tended to really like those spots the best. So you kind of get to the verses, and I really dug the rhythm of the verses with the guitar. Just the way that it just sounded really, really cool. And it just had a really, really cool rhythm to it. But the vocal melody, it just felt like, I kind of wish the vocal melody sort of went along with that rhythm like a little bit more. I think it just would have landed a bit better. But instead, you kind of just have the vocal melody just kind of smoothly kind of going like on top of it instead of really kind of matching that sort of rhythmic vibe in there. So I feel like a little bit of that gets lost because like I was moving with the rhythm, it's tight, but then you have the melody just kind of just overlapping it in a way that it just didn't really match that rhythm, and so I felt like some of that element got lost in there. To me personally, so yeah, I would have just liked it to match the rhythm a little bit more, to really contribute to it and keep that vibe going instead of just having a melody that just is kind of like a blanket almost like on top of it. Because again, you have like this nice rhythm, but then the melody is just a bit too smooth on top of it, where it just gets lost a touch. I did like the pre-chorus melody. I thought that was nice. The way that she delivers like those lines and stuff, and it builds nicely like into the chorus. So I enjoyed that pre-chorus, and then the chorus. It's interesting. The first time I heard it, I wasn't so sure how I felt about it, but when I heard it again, it grew on me a bit. But the one thing I will say about the chorus, and maybe even just about the song in general, is that it feels like there's too much like an empty space, behind everything. It feels almost like the instruments and the vocals, they're all very much kind of like they're here like sort of in the forefront, and you lack a bit of depth to the sound. So I don't know if like maybe things could have been like layered a bit more, or if that's in the mix and mastering phase and all that good stuff. But it just felt like there was some emptiness, and it just lacked depth to the sound. And to me, that's most kind of obvious in the chorus. It just feels very much in the forefront, and I would have liked a bit more of that more well-rounded sound that just added depth, to the song. I feel like that would have helped kind of push the chorus a bit more and round it out and make it feel a bit more full than it did. And so, like I said, I had the chorus itself, like the melody and stuff, it kind of grew on me, but just that emptiness there, it just left me feeling a bit wanting. It just, yeah, made it feel almost like slightly incomplete. Like it just didn't have that richness of sound in there. The guitar solo was tight. The keyboard solo was tight. Again, to me, the highlight, the star of the song was the keyboard, without a doubt. I just loved all the stuff that the keyboard did. So overall, a very interesting song. Definitely, there's definitely something there. I feel like a couple little tweaks to it could really help propel it to the next level. Perhaps like maybe the melody and the verses and then just adding a bit more depth to the sound in general would just help it again just kind of reach that next level, because there's a lot of talent here. I love like some of those drum fills, especially leading up into like the verses, when the keyboard kind of starts going and then the drums get like a little highlighted moment to do like a fill, and then like the verses start. The vocalist, she has a really nice voice. I liked her like delivery, especially like there in the pre-chorus. I thought she did some really cool things with the delivery in there, and just her overall like tone of voice, is very nice. And so absolutely nothing wrong with the vocals there. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's a lot of elements I really liked, but then there's some things that I feel like dragged it down just a little bit, and kept it from reaching like its full potential. But still, really talented folks here. Yeah, I'll be curious to check out like the EP off channel and all that good stuff, and just kind of see what this band see more about what this band is all about and stuff like that. So, anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below what you think of this song here. Have you heard of this band before? Are you looking forward to the EP? Stuff like that. Let's discuss it, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.